Let me know how y'all doing out there in the Twitch universe. Okay. Let the guy know how y'all doing out there in the Twitch universe, man. Shout out to the guy Jay Blue Tape. Something's up with my camera, huh? Alrighty. Let's try this again. What's up out there, y'all? How y'all doing out there in the Twitch universe? Your boy, I'm doing a lot better. Hey, if y'all talk to Jay, y'all got him on the line, man. Tell him to call me. Call me on the Google line. You know what I'm saying? So no cannabis news for y'all today. I'm gonna save that for y'all till next week. But I was gonna have Jay on so we could talk about what's going on with us and our matters, our life matters, and things like that. But since y'all are here, I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about what's been up. So I know y'all want to know why I've been gone. I'm trying to wait for more people to get in the room, but we can talk. We can talk about it. We can get into it if y'all want to know why I've been away or why Jay had to cover for me and things like that. Well, the thing is that, yeah, let me know in the chat room what's up with y'all. How y'all doing out there, man? Shout me out one time. Let me know y'all listening. Let the guy know that y'all there. Anyways, so let me play some music for y'all. Shoot, let me play a little music. Let me turn on some music for y'all. Shit. I know y'all like that sub Oslo and shit, you know what I mean? Sorry about that. The sounds have went away for a minute. What's up, Big Earn? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good, dude. Thanks for shouting me out, man. Thanks for being here today and everything. We're gonna talk about we're gonna get into the mental health aspect of things. If y'all, like I said, if y'all hear from Jay, man, get him on, tell him to get on the line, man, so he can hit me up, so we can chat. Let's see. Big Earn, what's good in your world, man? How you doing? How's life treating you, my guy? Thanks for tuning in and everything. So y'all want to know how I'm doing. I'm actually doing good. I'm doing better than I was last week. I'm doing better than I was doing last week. All I can say is the game is cold, but y'all been knew the game was cold before I even said anything, right? Shit, man, where do I start, man? Where do I start? So this is gonna be the last time I publicly talk about this, cause man, I feel it's like wearing me down, right? Oh, y'all want me to start from the very beginning? All right, so I'm gonna start from the beginning. So I was chilling. So I was living in Humboldt. I had a nice cozy life there. Had built myself a nice cozy life for myself. Thought I had overcame instability and everything, shit like that. So my family asked me to. This is like in January, man. My family asked me to come home, or they asked me what I wanted to do, I said I wanted to go be with them. I hadn't seen my mom in almost 3 years, right? Mind you, y'all, I left the Denver area, you know, trying to get away from my family to begin with, but I felt bad because I hadn't seen my mom in so long, you know what I mean? And so, shit, this shit is pretty heavy, man. Like, so I hadn't seen my mom in a while, so I was like, fuck it, I need to see my mom. The whole time, you know, for the whole pandemic, I've been like, oh, you know, what happens if your mom gets sick, woo, 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 you ain't gonna never, you know, you'll never forgive yourself, right? If she, you know, get the COVID and everything, right? So, yeah, man, life is very heavy, but, you know, friends and family, I'm talking about your friends who are your family, they make it easier. And I'm really grateful for my friends and family. That's one thing my mom always taught me, was that my family is in the streets. And every single time I've tried to attach myself to or get close to my biological family, you know, whether it be my cousins or shit, this time my mother, it's always blown up in my face, right? Anyways, so I'm not gonna be switching scenes today, man, cause I ain't doing cannabis news. I'm just gonna tell y'all this here motherfucking story, you know, and tell y'all how, you know, why I was gone. Now, or why Jay had to fill in for me on cannabis news. So my family, they asked me what I wanted to do, or my mom asked me what I wanted to do back in January, right? I had just broken up with this badass girlfriend of mine. She was bad than a motherfucker, like good, like she was dope, right? But we were just, you know, kind of incompatible because of what was going on in my life at the time. Well, long story short, man, now I tell my family I want to come back to the Denver area to see them and, you know, be around them and everything. But I want to, you know, I was like, I want to get my own place, because I know how controlling my mother is, right? It's kind of hard. It's kind of embarrassing to talk about, like, publicly and shit too, especially while the frames is dropping, you know. But so I ended up moving in with them because they said I wasn't moving fast enough for their taste, you know, as far as getting a place, my own place there in the Denver area. So then long story short, I moved in with them, right? And nah, man, I don't feel judged at all, player, man. I don't feel judged at all, Big Earn, man. I want to thank y'all for tuning in today. I want to thank y'all for listening. And, you know, I want to thank y'all for being here like this. You know, I've gone through this mental health trip before. I had to go to treatment twice in 2017, kind of back to back, right? And when I went in 2017, I wasn't open about this experience with y'all, with viewers, and I felt like I had missed out on an opportunity to share with y'all. So now I'm gonna get real in depth, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. And we'll get back to, after today, we're gonna get back to y'all's regular scheduled programming. But this is something that needs to be talked about, okay? So I move in with my family. They got a 3-story house over there in Denver. So I move into the basement. I start, you know, streaming and shit and everything. And, you know, I don't know if, yeah, man, I'm gonna keep my head up, bro. My head is very high, man. I want to thank you I want to thank all y'all, man. I can't thank y'all enough for rocking with me, man. And if y'all see Jay, y'all make sure y'all tell Jay I said what's up, what's up. Um, I was supposed to have Jay on today. That's why his name is in the title, but I think he might still be asleep. And so I moved in with my family, live with them for about 3 months. Now, if y'all know like these older motherfuckers, I'm talking like, and it ain't even gotta be older motherfuckers. It's just like a mindset. I'm getting to the crux of it right here. What got to the meat, what caused it, catapulted all this mess. Essentially, man, in this climate where Asian people are being like hated on and attacked and things, my family decide that they gonna start referring or not they gonna not start, but they bust out with this. They start calling Asian people Oriental, y'all, and Latin people Hispanic, and I wasn't having it. I was not having it. Like there, you're not gonna, we up here. I'm up here fighting a good fight. I done put many years into fighting a good fight, and I done lost many friends from fighting a good fight. So, the last thing I would think is that I'd lose my damn family over fighting a good fight. But hey, that's just how it goes, right? Anyways, so I fuck around, and I'm triggered because I'm tired of hearing the ignorance. Some of the things that my mother said. Like one of them that really stabbed me in the gut was one day we were at King Supers, and she gone. Now, mind you, she raising like 2 biracial children, right? Outside of myself, like I'm not biracial, but she raising 2 biracial children. And this is what she says this was the first thing that let me know something wasn't right with her. So the first thing she says is, she goes, "Black people are stupid." And she actually, the way she said it, she didn't say it like that. She said, "Black people are stupid. They let themselves be in bondage for 500 years." I stop her. I'm like, "Look, what are you saying, man? The white folks is staring at us and shit, looking at me like, you know what I'm saying? Shut her up. That's not the kind of thing that you want to be out in public saying. You feel me? That's the kind of thing you want to keep inside of your motherfucking house, right? I don't care what color you are or what the hell race you is. You want to keep that kind of shit in your house." So I said, "Mom, what are you saying?" And she, of course, she didn't say nothing else. But I knew then she's gonna be a motherfucking problem. Fast forward, we done had some other, in-house issues or whatever. Quite frankly, there's times where I felt like I was being intellectually punked. And due to the fact that they older and, the word punked means something different to them. Just like, how y'all use the word simp and everything. All that kind of shit, them words, those kind of terms are watered down now, right? You wish the world would stop seeing in color and just start seeing people. Racism needs to die, and it's tearing the community apart horribly. Well, the thing is that Big Earn, man, first of all, I want to thank you for letting us, for sharing your thoughts with us, man. I think racism needs to stop too. It has greatly affected many of us. But then there is the inner racism where POCs are hating on each other, or black people hating on other black people. And me, I'm just like trying to keep it proper, right? Anyways, yeah, sorry about the drop frames, y'all. We get the network stuff worked out. I reconfigured today. I don't know I guess that didn't work or whatever. But yeah, Big Earn, racism do need to stop, player. But I don't know if it's ever gonna stop. So let me get back to, I'm gonna get back to this shit with the fam, man. So, you know, so the Oriental and the Hispanic thing, right? These motherfuckers watching the news. That's all they do. Watch the news, discuss the news. Uh, and my belief is this: if you are that in tune to the news, right, then you might as well just go ahead and get a late pass. All right. So that was one of the posts I made about people watching syndicated television. I'm more obsessed with making making programming, for people to watch. Anyways, I'm more obsessed with making it than watching syndicated programming, because I don't know if many of y'all remember this, but syndication, when we first started making DIY videos, syndication ain't want nothing to do with us, y'all. But again, that's kind of besides the point. I mean, it's just some insight into why I'm so staunchly like that. It's a form of brainwashing. Anyway, so long story short, I make some posts, I get triggered, and I make some posts. The first post I make is about syndicated TV and needing a late pass. Well, and then the next post I said, if you black and you call Latin people Hispanic, and or if you refer to Asian people as Oriental, you notice you sound like an ignorant N-word. Notice I said sound like. Well, these motherfuckers got hung up on the ignorant, me saying that they was ignorant and shit, which I didn't say they was ignorant. I said they sounded ignorant, So, there's that. Well, for about, I guess we had some words. They got their feelings all hurt. They got they draws all up, bunched up and everything. Here's the deal. Before I go any further, first of all, I was wrong for posting. It was a regression in my treatment from 2017. I had promised myself I would, not be talking shit on the internet and stuff like that, right? Let's see what you're saying, Big Earn. That's a big problem in our world, the news. They tell you what you want to hear and everything's bad, no more puppies and good stories of community. You get 2 minutes of the good thing. I'm 58 minutes of bad. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And beyond that, and to be honest, y'all, like a lot of these people, including my family, who live on, who subsist on a diet of syndicated TV, like they're paranoid. Remember, that's where all this, that's how we got in this mess from last year, right? Which, by the way, ain't over. But that, again, that's besides the point. Now, so they get they draws all bunched up. They mad and start. I get my mom's wife is fucking texting me that I ain't shit. Now, mind you, these motherfuckers didn't ask me to fucking come home, right? And yeah, if you watching, yeah, I'm calling you a motherfucker, because this is my own private space. I can say what I want to say. I'm talking about if my family is watching and you don't like that I'm saying and I'm calling you a motherfucker, right? I could be saying a lot worse. All right? Because the hellacious week that I just had, or 2 weeks that I just had, was brought on by them. Shit, man. I'm getting like pissed off just thinking about this shit, man, again. Anyways, so we have words. They get they feelings hurt and everything. They talking about I use my platform to talk shit about them, when it wasn't my platform. It was my damn Facebook profile, right? So my mom's response to all of this is to start talking shit to me on my timeline, like literally leave me about 50, 60 posts on my timeline. And then when I blocked her, I blocked her. When I blocked her, she then went over and started going to my other social medias and shit, talking about Brent think his mama ignorant and shit, right? Okay. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why, if I don't know why that shit was so triggering in the first place, right? But hey, I guess if the truth must hurt. Anyway, so the motherfuckers start texting me. This is all in the same day. They texting me talking about her wife talking about I ain't shit because I ain't got a job and da 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 and mind you, she a lesbian. So how the fuck she gonna tell me what a real man is? She only had, and there's that whole thing, like that whole conceptualization of what a real man is. There are people who are actually talking about this now. And I personally have heard a lot of opinions from women about, about me being a real man or not. And quite frankly, quite frankly, there's nothing that somebody who don't even fuck with men like that can tell me. Does that make sense? So, and I knew she didn't think I was shit anyway. So I don't know why she asked me to come home. Okay, so they talk they shit. We at dinner. I eat dinner with them one night, and it turns into an argument after dinner. And cause I'm still, I'm pissed, whatever. And they still going in on me. Long story short, they give me 30 days to move out. So I'm like, cool, I'll take my 30 days and I'll move out. And she's like, my mom's wife is all like, hey, what she say? She said, yeah, you don't even, you don't like the way we live. You don't like our lifestyle. So, why don't you just go ahead and move out? All this is after them thanking me for, inspiring them to eat more vegetables. So anyways, man, I'm just sitting there trying to use my, maximize my 30 days, right? Use it to the fullness, right? While at the same time doing a campaign, fundraising campaign, streaming and everything, right? Well, I swear to God, man, my mom started texting me all the, in the course of this 2 weeks, because they only gave me, ultimately I only got like a week and a half after they said I had 30 days. Well, one day I leave the house and I'll go to get me some weed, right? No, well, I want to point this out too, because this is the mental health component where, I feel like my family was abusing the system, my mother in particular. Well, man, over the course of this week and a half, my mom and I, one day we went to the store and it was all cool and shit, right? And I go downstairs and I'm working on getting ready to stream and everything. And my mom, she asked me to come upstairs. I come upstairs and the damn mobile mental health people was there, y'all. Yeah. So I sit there, I'm like, man, I feel like I've been, I tell them, I'm like, look, I've been ambushed, you know what I mean? But I was like, I'm gonna talk to y'all, cause, wasn't nothing wrong. I had just left treatment, probably a month prior. I had left treatment on my own, cause I knew after being in Humboldt that I needed some treatment, right? I needed some rehab. So I went there on my own. I definitely don't need them to call the mental health people on me. Let alone, I don't need their ass to ambush me neither with the mental health people. So I sit there and explain, look, y'all, this is some funny shit. My mom, this is the thing that set her off, was like where I said, I need space. And that's one of the number one tenets of the mental health community, is to ask for space if you need space. Well, my mother, her interpretation of it is, it goes just like this. Brent, if you don't talk to me, one of us gonna go to jail or to the hospital. Now, She know me well enough to know that after 12 years of being on the run in Texas, that I'm traumatized by the laws, and I'm also traumatized by the medical system because I've had cancer. I had testicular cancer, so yeah, I lost my motherfucking nut, right? But more than that, tell me, y'all, what would you do? What would you do if someone asked you for space? Not saying they want to sidestep the subject or that they don't want to talk about it at all. They just simply need some space from the subject to get they self, their thoughts, and their energy correct. Let me know in the chat how y'all react to that. Anyways, going forward, see, yeah, give them some space. It's not hard. It's not hard. But you see, you dealing with somebody who think they own my person because I'm their son, right? You see, you hear the ownership there? They think that they own my person because I'm their son. And so remember I said we had the night of the argument where they told me I had 30 days. Well, the next morning I come up there, right? I'm like, I'm like in a mood. That night they talking about how I was shake, I shake and shit. People shake. My homies told me last year that I had, I was shaking and things. Well, the reason why I shake is because when my anxiety get bad, when people are like bothering me and shit, then yeah, I'ma shake. What'd you say there, Big Earn? You say let them come back when they're ready. Can't force someone to talk to you. Yeah, exactly. But she was trying to force me to talk to her and shit, threatening me, right? Continuing the abuse. See, because the component of this that y'all don't know is that, yeah, I grew up with my mom abusing me physically, right? Punching me, kicking me and shit. Fighting me like I was some motherfucker on the street, like I stole something from her, you understand? Her and her motherfucking girlfriend at the time was always abusing me and shit, me and her son. But being a good son and everything, I forgive her and shit. Anyways. So yeah, was bringing back some of these memories because my mom, she constantly talking about she done changed, she done changed and all this shit. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not seeing much change. And beyond that, like as far as our social justice values, right? Like our social justice values have changed so much over the past, just in the matter of 4 years, like. And if you are not keeping up, right, with these values, then you get left behind. Well, one of them, so the next morning after they had asked me to move out, I guess some mornings prior to that or whatever, I go upstairs to the kitchen in the morning and my mom won't stop tickling me. She tickled me from across the kitchen to the other side of the kitchen to the other side of the kitchen. And I'm asking her to stop, but she won't stop. So again, this is further proof that she thinks that my person belongs to her. So I literally had to take her hand and hold it down and be like, Mom, can you stop, please? Can you stop? Can you stop? Please stop. So the next morning, the morning after they, now mind you, at this point, I'm fuming. Like these motherfuckers ain't got nan social justice tenet in their mind. They ain't absorbed none of this shit over the past 7 years that we've been fighting for. They refuse to absorb it. That's the kind of shit that happened to you when you watch TV all the time, because you miss the whole point. I mean, I'm not, it's not like I'm trying to talk shit on people who watch TV. It's just known, it's a fact, right? Anyways, so that pissed me off, the whole tickling thing, right? And me having to ask her over and over again to stop. So then so in the morning after they asked me to move out, they give me the 30 days to move out. The next morning they start in again, right? But this time they touching me and shit. And I'm like, yo. So we start having a little argument where they're like, Brent, it's too early to be using all them big words and shit, right? And I'm like talking to them, and I'm like, you know what? It's too early for y'all to be touching on people. And they're like, we just want to be happy with you. We just want you to be happy, and we want to be happy with you. And I'm like, yeah, I want y'all to be happy with me too, you know? Anyways, man. So my mom, you know, of course they talking shit. Long story short, man, they don't give me 30 days. They give me a week and a half. So I go, like I said, I went to go get the weed. I went to go get me some weed on a Wednesday, right before Cannabis News, so that I have my weed right before Cannabis News. Well, while I'm out on the train, I get a text, a more harassing ass text from my mom talking about how I'm not welcome there anymore. They put my things outside on the street. But so when we talk about this, how they put my things out on the curb, man. Well, not on the curb, but in front of the garage. So I need to be clear, man, that I was contributing. I was contributing to their household. I was giving them, you know, I paid rent. You know, it's not like I was trying to come home and be a deadbeat, okay? So there's that. Yeah, man, it's a little tough, man, to get into, just cause like the fact that my mom done kicked me out the house a second time in my life, in my adult life, because the first time she kicked me out, I was 18. I took it on the chin, you know, slept on the ground and shit, you know, got my team up. It took me years to be able to find my way out of that. And she don't seem to understand that put me on a cycle of instability. Anyway, so I get over to their house, and I tell her, I'm like, look, if you put my shit outside, we ain't really got much after this, right? So I walk up to their house, and sure enough, man, my shit's outdoors, except for my electronics. They put my electronics in the garage, but all my clothes and shit is outside, strewn about, right? And it looked like these motherfuckers had hastily packed my shit. In fact, they did hastily pack my shit. I get there, her wife calling me, talking about this how it's gonna go down. I hung up in her face. Yeah, I hung up in your fucking face, lame ass. I know y'all watching too. Anyways, and I know y'all watching, and as soon as I get a chance to hunt down y'all's handle, I'm gonna block y'all. I'm blocking y'all from this channel. Whew. So I get there, and I'm like, fuck it, man. I'm calling the cops on their ass, man, because I didn't do shit. And they got my fucking rent money, right? And I'm broke as shit at the time, So I'm like, damn, I'm broke as shit. She said she don't give a fuck. She don't give a fuck that I'm low dough. Now remember, dog, this is supposed to be my mama, right? So I called the cops, and she told me not to come over. First thing she said when I was on my way over there, for me not to come over there, because they gonna call the CIT, which is the mental health police. I'm like, fuck it, I'll do whatever you want to do, right? So I get there, I call the laws on their ass, and the laws finally show up. Me and the laws have words, because one of them got one of them damn, what's that, Blue Lives Matter bracelet on, straight being, looking racist and shit, right? Anyways, so long story short on that, man, I end up getting a damn police escort to treatment for the second time this year. right? So I do the little, I get an escort to the treatment. I go to treatment. And this is where, so this is the week of Mother's Day. This is the Wednesday of Mother's Day weekend. Like, you know, it's on its way. Anyways, so I go to treatment. I'm in rehab and shit for Mother's Day, literally. Hold on, I'm gonna make an adjustment here. So I'm literally in treatment for during Mother's Day, right? That's what I'm doing on Mother's Day. Yeah, man, I'm sorry this shit happened to me too, bro. These motherfuckers tried to drown me, man. They try to drown your boy. So cold shit is the same day that all this shit happened was the day that I had one affiliate on Twitch, right? And so I'm like trying to celebrate with y'all on this day. You dig? But this shit gets even better, man. So fuck them, right? So I go into treatment, and for the second time this year, it's probably like a month apart that I end up going to treatment. So I go to treatment and the second time, and I'm gonna tell y'all, man, like these last two times that I went to treatment was like, you can see like straight up, like I'm seeing like the most severe cases, you know, most severe mental cases that I've seen of going to treatment ever. Like it's intense, man. Like, I mean, that don't mean that these motherfuckers wasn't beating me at Uno. They was like kicking my ass at Uno, man. Like the very motherfuckers you thought that wasn't present, man. They were the very motherfuckers that was kicking my ass at Uno. I kid y'all not, man. There was this girl in there, man. She was, you know, she was gone. I asked her if she want to play Uno. She played Uno with me, man. I mean, every hand of Uno we played, man, she kicked my ass. Hey, shout out to Billy Hahn, man. Shout out to Billy Hahn. Hey, Billy Hahn, that's my dude, man, right there. Y'all gonna see Billy Hahn on Cannabis News soon, because we gonna talk about this part of our experience right here. So now I need y'all to go back to 2017 when the first times I went to rehab, and when I went to rehab in 2017, the second time I went, so when I was discharged to transitional housing, right? And the professionals at the place at rehab were the ones who gave me the referral. So just like how they took me into rehab this time on a referral because I rolled up in a cop car, they gave me the cop escort, right? So I had to go, you know, boom. So of course I'm going to rehab. Now just remember that part, okay? The referral thing, right? Everything happens faster with these people if you got a referral. Hence how I went to transitional housing the first time. What's up, Jay? What's up, Jay? Hey Jay, you trying to get on this chat? You want me to send you the link? Say something. Let me know. Are you not feeling like getting on camera? It's no biggie. Cause I'm in the middle of telling this whole story. Anyway, so we go to the motherfucking yeah, Jay, how you doing, man? How are you feeling? So anyways, man, me and Billy Hahn, they fucking these motherfuckers, they oh, you running late? Well, let me know when you're ready. Anyway, so the day, I guess a couple of days before I'm about to get discharged, these motherfuckers give me a pamphlet, papers, and where both sides is filled out, like not filled out, but it's like basically some resources, right? And yeah, man, stay in the chat. It's all good. If I can get on the link, I will have it. I just don't know if I can use it yet. All right, man, just let me know when you're ready. It's no pressure, dog. Like I said before, it's no pressure. Anyways, so about 2-3 days before I'm about to get discharged, they give me these sober living houses resources, and I'm like, motherfucker, what do I need? You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a sober, I don't have a substance abuse issue, right? But I call a couple of places, and then they tell me on Mother's Day, right? Because we about to get discharged on that Monday, and which I didn't know that I was getting discharged, right? They said in the treatment facility, they saying that I'm getting better, right? The doctor is telling my insurance that I'm getting better, and I'm like, nah, I'm not getting better, right? I fucking need some help. Anyways, man, these motherfuckers, they give me this paperwork. They give me more paperwork with more so-called ass resources on them, man. And I'm here to tell y'all, like, when shit got like real thick, Jay, you can attest to this, man. I called down there. I called every number on there, on every last piece of paper that they gave me that applied to me. I called these motherfuckers and didn't. And still to this day, I ain't got a call back yet. Most of the transitional houses were full. This shit gets crazy. This shit is about to get really fucking manny right now. So now I'm in shock, right? Because I'm like, I had no idea that I'm being discharged the very next day, right? Now, and they think that me and Billy Hahn, they think we getting better because we talking to the people. Like, for me, one of the best parts about going to rehab is connecting with others, right? Now, I feel a kindred connection to a lot of these people that are in rehab because many of them are of high thought, right? Just like myself. And we are usually the ones who get it the worst in society. And I always meet cool ass people in rehab. I mean, we all got our problems and shit, but I always meet some dope motherfuckers in there. So, so the next day, y'all, that Monday after Mother's Day, they fucking discharged me and Billy Hahn. They discharged us at the same time with nowhere to go. I kid you not, man. So they don't fucking kicked us out or discharged us from rehab with nary a place to go. And I'm in shock because I have never been discharged in this manner, right? They just give us a ride to the damn train station and that's it. And next thing I know, I find myself downtown. We catch the train down to downtown Denver. Go down there, it's grimy as shit. That's not really what I'm trying to, you know what I mean? That's not really what I'm trying to do or whatever. Jay, keep your head high, man. Stick your chest out and shit, man, on these suckers. Anyways, man, so I ended up staying, it's raining and shit. And due to the fact that my parents have my family have put all my shit outside, I didn't get a chance to properly pack. I have winter gear. I got rain gear, right? I got rain boots, rain jackets and shit. But I wasn't able to pack properly, right? So I had to. So man, I'm walking around in some Denver ass tail of the winter ass weather with just a hoodie on. It was a good thing I had my wools because I always wear wool socks, right? if I didn't have my wolves, man, I wouldn't have been able to do that shit at all. So I'm walking around in just a hoodie and you know, whatever shit I had on that Wednesday prior to going to to rehab, right? So I ended up staying at this raunchy ass motel, man. It smelled like feet, man. The damn heater didn't work, man. Your boy was hurting, man. I was up in that motherfucker hurting, right? And mad because these motherfuckers then like tried to sink me. And at the time, I'm thinking that I'm about to get sunk, right? I'm like, shit, I think I'm about to drown. Meanwhile, I'm talking to Billy Hahn on the line. He's like, shit, he went to a transitional, one of them substance abuse houses, right? And they took him, right? And all he had to do is pay a little rent or whatever. And see, that's the thing. Since I don't have a substance abuse issue, I'm not gonna subject myself to more of that shit. The last time I went to a transitional house, right? I subjected myself to that whole sobriety, I was like, I'm not doing that shit, right? So anyways, okay, so yeah, so I'm thinking, so that Monday we get discharged. I end up in that little rank ass hotel, and so I'm thinking I'm gonna drown, man. I'm thinking I'm gonna drown, and this is when I start hitting up Jay, like telling him about the situation and what's going on, right? And you know, like how I'm right on the edge of sleeping on the ground. So Jay steps in, helps the brother out, like, and he's like talking to me and shit. And then I swear to God, if it weren't for like, you know, Jay hitting me up, reaching out to me, y'all showing me on Twitch that, you know, y'all was about it, man. I don't know. I don't even know, man. I don't know if I would have been able to pull through. So now I'm stressed, right? I'm stressed out over some shit that wasn't even, you know, so the way I was treated ultimately, you would think I did something ultra drastic, right? Like something abusive like they did. Well, I did nothing abusive. I did nothing to them, y'all, besides make those posts. So let's see. So that Monday, I stay at that motel. Tuesday, I finally go to another motel, and they hit us up. Oh, it's been a while since you hit a bong. Shit. When it's all said and done, it's gonna be a while since I hit some motherfucking real weed. So, but you know, it is what it is. It's cool to take a break. Anyways, man, make sure you raise your hands up, man, so you can get some air in your lungs and shit. So anyway, I go to another motel on that. Damn, this shit is just stuck in the red now, huh? So I go to another motel, and this time when I go to the motel, the people from treatment, after 48 hours, they call to check on you to see if you're safe. So I call the lady, I tell the lady what's going on. I tell her that I'm not, you know, tell her what's going on, that they discharged us with nowhere to go and all this shit. That, you know, pretty much, I'm not doing well. And she says, well, tomorrow you need to go back. Now, this is Wednesday this is a week to the motherfucking day that I went to rehab a week ago, right? So I go to the next day, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go up here and get evaluated, right? This is where the shit started to turn into a movie. So I take my ass back over there, I get on the bus and I walk it out, and I get there, and now this is at 12 p.m. that day, right? So I talk to the counselors there. They tell me they put me on a 72-hour hold, and at this point they put me on a 72-hour hold. Like, you can't stand by the exit, nothing. You become like a run risk, right? So the so I'm sitting there from about 12 p.m. to about 2 a.m., 3 a.m. The next thing I know, I wake up in the lobby to the damn ambulance. I wake up to the ambulance pulling up in the driveway, and the next thing I know, I'm being transported to Denver Health. Yeah, man, I go from Littleton to Denver, which is the last fucking place I'm trying to be at that time of night. They take me to the hospital to be evaluated at at Denver Health. So naturally, I'm passing out because it's late night. I'm passing out on the gurney. And so the first time I pass out, I wake up to this lady going, "So your paperwork says that you had a family." Yeah, holy shit, yeah. The paperwork, I wake up to this nurse talking about, in your paperwork it said you had a family, you lived with your family. And I end up having to tell her the whole goddamn spiel about I'm like, they kicked me out, and she's like, why they kick you out? And I was like, because of a Facebook post, right? And every person that I had to tell this shit to, they looking at me like I'm stupid, like as if like I'm the one who's fucking irrational, right? Anyways, Big Earn, if you think that you got a holy shit so far, wait till I finish this part of the story. So remember, I said I had a 72-hour hold, right? Well, this fucking white dude come in there. This white guy comes in there. He trying to tell me some shit like, he's a therapist, and he's like, I'm like, yeah, well, I'm on a 72-hour hold, woo, woo, woo. And he goes, well, I'm the one who makes that decision. And man, because I already knew where this shit was headed after the fucking lady had came in there and said, asked me where, about my family and shit. Oh, and the last thing that lady said was, she said, you just got out of treatment last week. I don't understand. I don't see what going back to treatment is going to do for you. I was like, and then the follow-up was this dude standing in the door, the therapist dude his white supremacist ass is the one who make the decision as to whether I go to treatment or not. So once I talked to him, I'm like, man, I look at the paperwork. These motherfuckers talking about I'm clean, all this shit. Cause see, that's one of the things, man. One of the big things that I've gotten during this process is that they always say like my problems ain't big enough, right? They had already been doing that shit, saying my problems ain't big enough, or I'm high functioning and shit. Well, anyways, so after I talked to this fucking therapist dude, I'm like, man, I'm about to get the fuck out of this hospital, right? Mind you, I ain't got my boots on, I ain't got a belt on, right? Because at this point, I'm a suicide risk. So I go, I walk out the room with the little bit of shit that I had on me. I walk out the room and they're like, sir, where you going? I'm like, I'm trying to go get my shit, because I know where this is headed, right? And man, y'all, they tell me to go back to the fucking room, to my hospital room. So I go back to the hospital room. I don't even I fucking look away from the doorway for like a minute. I turn back around, and when I turn back around, there's like 4 or 5 security guards, right? Standing there with my pack, my boots and shit. And you remember the therapist dude who we had words? Well, his bitch ass gonna say, he gonna stand there and go, he goes, Brent, you don't fit the criteria for a 72-hour hold. We're discharging you. It's 5 a.m. in Denver, okay? So I was like, well, where my shit at? Give me my shit then, right? You know, I'm kind of annoyed. I was more than kind of annoyed, man. So the fucking security literally walks me to the exit. I get to the exit. The exit opens up to the fucking street, literally, man. I promise to God, yo. And I turn back around, I look at him and I go, this how y'all doing people for real? This really how y'all doing people? So then I get goddamn booted twice in a week. Right? Now, luckily, you know, people was there. Y'all was making, y'all sending me biddies and things. So I ended up getting another room. Long story short, man, my business mentor hits me up and asks me if I want to leave the state. And that's what I ended up doing. I just got my streaming gear, went to the storage because my you know, eventually my parents, they put my shit in storage, and so we go over to the storage, which is in hella disarray, like shit, all just like electronics in various places. I still ain't found my recorder or my headphones, right? Anyways, man, I ended up fucking hitting the road, and that was what, like 3 days ago. We get here, and yeah, that's what's up. I'm grateful somebody stepped in, and yeah, man, I know what it's like to have PTSD. That whole shit, the way my mom treats me, and has treated me over my lifetime, gave me PTSD. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the whole story about what's, you know, what happened and why I was gone. Again, man, I want to thank you, Jay, man. I can't thank you enough, bro, for filling in. I can't thank you enough, man, for everything. And I hope things get better for you as well. Now, as far as myself, not you know, as far as me and my mental illness, I tell y'all my diagnosis. I got it 3 years ago. I was diagnosed with being an isolationist, and I was also, man, big love to you too, homie. Big love to you. So I was diagnosed with being an isolationist, and also was diagnosed with anxiety, acute anxiety, I guess they call it. Oh, and depression. But this time around, when I was trying to go back to treatment, was because of stress-induced ideations. And when you having stress-induced ideations, that anybody, that's not a clinical, that's not a chemical thing. That's a reflection on our society. You feel me? And I know what it's like to be kicked out. Shit, kicked out of somewhere. One time when I was in Austin, I got kicked out of my favorite bar, Lovejoy's. If y'all remember Lovejoy's. So, oh, and I've dated hella babes. I was moving to their house. They let me, want me to come live with them. I go live with them, and shit goes south. But they asked me to move out, but they ain't never fucking put my shit outside. Treat me like a hog. Oh shit, let me give y'all a commercial break. Hold up. What's up, cannabis community? Brent Green here, and I wanted to take a second to share with you one of my new favorite CBD products, Canvast caviar. Yeah, in layman's terms, CBD moon rocks. So the Canvas Caviar is the most sophisticated CBD smokable I've encountered. All organic, potent, and powerful. They ship too. My favorite cultivar is Wedding Cake, but the strawberry shortcake tastes and smells like strawberry candy. Did I forget to mention, since it's CBD, they can ship to you. They also make other products as well. Be sure to check them out. All right, yeah, I'm back now. So yeah, Big Earn, you got it, man. These motherfuckers try to treat me like a little dog, man, out there, have me out there, sleeping on the ground and shit. I mean, and that shit was all, it was one thing when I was younger, when I was in my 18, 19, 20. That's one thing, man. But like, it was fucking with my head this time because I was like, damn, I thought I had overcome this shit, It was really tearing me down. It was really fucking with me. Really bad. Like, well, on top of the fact that, my own damn mama tried to drown me again. You know what I mean? Oh my God, y'all. So yeah, that's pretty much the story, man. My homie was kind enough. My business mentor was kind enough. He and his family were kind enough to let me live with them for the time being. And they are weird and quirky and creative like myself. So, it's a good scene. Like, if you look behind me, you can see all these props. I mean, that's just like a small portion of the props that I'm surrounded by and the other creative items that I'm surrounded by. Let's see what you're talking about, Big Earn. Let's see, keep positive people in your life. Think positive and always remember tomorrow is going to be a brighter day. Jay, that goes for you too, brother. I'm serious, hit a brother up sometime. Yeah, man, I like to say about the being positive and stuff, like, man, I did my best to stay positive. But you got to understand, when people got PTSD surrounding a situation and the shit and something similar is happening, like, it kind of makes you, I mean, for me, I can speak for myself. It kind of just, it's a huge feeling of despair, especially when you work really hard to get away from that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not like Jay said earlier, it's not like a motherfucker choose to took his sadness and decided he gonna do heroin and shit and drink myself to sleep, But I'm not no knocking nobody else, what they think. I'm just saying for myself, I like to say, man, it's one of the worst things that's ever happened to me. Like, based on, like, I didn't even do shit. And then beyond that, man, like, it's like Larry June even talks about this shit. He said, I can't trust no more. I lost that. I thought you was my family while you pull a jack. That's what that shit feel like, man. He also talk about this in another song where he said, my family changed on me. They said I'm acting different. I could lose it all today. I'll still be the same N-word. And that's how I feel, man. That's where I'm at with that shit, man. It's one of the toughest things ever to deal with. It's one of the toughest things to talk about. Let's see what you got here. Let's see. For you, the big OG, let me tell you, brother, I totally understand where you and Jay are coming from. I pretty much struggle from the same thing. It's rough. It's hard. Most people don't understand. Yep. They don't understand, but there are people out there that are willing to listen, give advice with no judgment. I just have much love for y'all, man. Hey, the love, I feel the love through the machine today from you, man. And man, straight up, I love y'all too, man. And anybody needs somebody to talk to or a way to navigate the fucking mental health system, I'm here, man. I'm here. This shit don't get talked about enough, and it needs to. And it's, you know, people who are like people who are on camera, people who are streaming. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if viewers think that we robots or whatever, but we have feelings and we have stressors. You know, man, I love you, Big Earn. Thanks for rocking with me today, man. Thanks for rocking with me today, player. Anyways, y'all, I'll be back with cannabis news next Wednesday, okay? At 4:20 Central. I'll be back on Friday with Freeform Friday. We gonna get this motherfucker rocking, man. Back like it was rocking, you dig? We gonna get this shit rocking again. So Freeform Friday, I don't know what I got planned, but I'll be here. Big Earn, thanks for listening. All y'all, thanks for listening. While I, spill my guts on this matter. And if my family watching, man, I'm sorry to say this, but fuck y'all, man. For real. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you said to me. That's pretty much what you said to me with your actions. So yeah. And just because your last name Green don't mean you mine's. All right. Anyways, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end it on. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. Big Earn, man. I'm here too, man. If you need somebody to talk to, player, feel free to hit me up. I'm always available. Not always, but I'm available. It feels good to be around other creatives, people who understand. Hey, Big Earn, you make sure you have an amazing day yourself, man. Make sure you get your medicines in you. Make sure you drink plenty of good water. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get plenty of good love and everything, and express love to others. All right, man. With that being said, y'all, I'll see y'all on Friday at 4:20 Eastern for Freeform Friday. I might stream tomorrow. I just don't want to keep going over this whole thing, and I feel like it overshadows. It can overshadow, what we out here doing. Yeah, the sun is gonna be brutal this year. I feel like I keep getting little touches of it, and I think it's gonna be brutal this year. So y'all better make sure y'all drink y'all water and everything like that. Start drinking water now for the season get on you. Shout out to Spring Farms. Shout out to Murdoch Media. Shout out to Jay Blue Tape. Shout out to Blaze Revenge, Sasha Lopez, Meow 10K. Shout out to AR15 for life. Shout out to all y'all. Thanks for the follows. Anyways, man, y'all have a super great evening. Thanks for listening. If you need me, just shoot me a whisper. All right. With that being said, man, your boy is out.
Stay tuned.